Hello and welcome to Space Shark Teaches. I'm Sean, owner and lead developer of Space Shark Studios, and in this series we're going to be teaching Godot. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to make and use tileable images. So what does tileable mean? To start, it means that this image should repeat over and over depending on the size. So you see how right now it stretches out? We don't want that. If we stretch it, we want it to show a square, a square, a square. That's what tileable means, is the image itself is able to be tiled over and over and kind of line up with itself. If you go to any sort, or if you go and look at any sort of 2D platformer, usually the ground that you're walking on, the background, all of that is tileable so that when it repeats, you can't tell that it's repeating. This makes it a lot easier to make an image. So, to start, we don't have a tileable image. We have this, and like I showed, if you stretch it out, it doesn't work. And if we go through the process to get the sprite itself to tile, it also doesn't work, because we need to re-import this image with the right settings. To do that, select the floor.png. So I went to Sprites, floor PNG, like we set up last time. And then over here in the top right corner, go to import. And the important part right here is this repeat, as well as turning on filter and bitmaps. So these are not really as important to know what they do. Repeat is the main thing here. And we're going to re-import it. And now it's actually tileable. So let's set this up to use tiling. So to do that, we're going to actually be making a clone of this floor piece. So we need to, to not make a clone there. We need to make a duplicate over here. So over on the left, I right-clicked the floor piece, the scene for that, and do duplicate. And I'm going to do floor piece long, because we're going to make a long section like we have here. And as you can see, I've already made one of those in this instance. So to make this tileable, we have to click on Sprite and then go down to this region. So region is what allows this sprite to be tileable. Select this on, which causes the image to go away. And over here, we can see if we click on the sprite that the image is 156 by 156. You can see the different flags that we set on import are there. So back to our sprite, we want to say the width is 156 and the height is 156. So that got us back to where we were to begin with. Perfect. That's good for right now. To make it tile now, you multiply it by 4, and now we have a tile. It is now tiled to 4 squares in a row. We want to go ahead and resize the collider. So as before, you grab the inside bar, scale it up, and now this new floor piece is correct. It's tiled. Now that we have that, we can go into main and say, let's get rid of these and instead move our new one there. As you can see, it lines up perfectly, but it's a single piece that we move around instead of like before where there were 4 separate pieces that could basically mess up if we put them in the wrong spot. So now for the fun part. As you can see, it's not really a great image. It's really not a great image. But if we show in File Manager, you can see there's floor. We can right click and we can edit it. So we're going to zoom in here and I'm going to make a couple of changes. First off, I like this color. I don't like that one. Same with down here. So this is going to make it a lot more noticeable. We can get any one of these pen tools. You can see, let's do a line. Do that. And we can fill it with the color that we saved. Now let's go ahead and undo that and just use the regular brush. So this is going to be easier. And we want to make it look like a rolling hill. Do that, and now we can go and remove all this. And then let's add some little flowers or something. So I'm going to add some flowers here. Maybe add some yellow. And then let's maybe add some darker clumps. Make it look like ground a little bit more. So now if we save this, we can go back and all of a sudden we have some tile and ground. So you can see what I meant by tiling is this cuts off and repeats right here, but because it's tiled, you can't tell. And that's it. We now have tiled ground, and we can move on to making sure that the camera follows the player as you move around so you can add more level. But that's in the next lesson. All right. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching, and this has been Sean with Space Shark Teaches.